Oh yeah, that's right. We are
Cooling it.
back, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? I know it's been a minute, but we are back with another episode of Comic
X Weaver.
Yeah, he got out 3 weeks of pent up weeb in one word there. I am your co-host James, aka Comics for Cheap, aka I hope this hard drive don't crash within a month. And we got my co-host here with me.
It's your boy Chris, aka Black Santa, aka It's been a while. Good to be back. He's back. He's white. I'm back. I'm black. AKA super cold water.
He's back and he's still white. What if I came back like 3 weeks later and just all of a sudden I'm Mexican or some shit? I don't know. It's just like, what? Jesus, what happened?
That would be very offensive.
No, and then it's like, Chris, I've always been Mexican. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what to tell you. Good on you for not
I'm
noticing.
very offensive for not noticing that. Check myself.
Oh, but yes, it has been a couple weeks because my hard drive died, and I went on a little trip to Orlando, so it's just been a hot second. But we're back, and this is the weekly live podcast that we do to talk about everything pop culture, mostly comic books, movies, and anime. We have a lot of fun. We're here every Monday at 7 for the most part, unless we have technical difficulties. But yeah, we have so much to talk about today because we've been gone for so long. So there's been a lot happening. And I don't even know where to start, Chris. So why don't you just go ahead and kick us off?
We should start. We should get interesting. We should talk about something strange.
Something strange for a chicken wing.
That's so right. Let's talk. Here we go. So let's talk about the stuff that's going on with the My Only fan stuff. Because God knows, man, I was about to start up my version. I'm about to get going, man. I was ready. I was looking up what I need to sign up for. And then this happened. It changed up, James. So, let's talk about why.
Wait, so you were about to? What kind of content were you about to put out on the OnlyFans?
It was going to be extremely classy.
Classy. It was going to be very artful, just tasteful. Really, it's just really classy.
Yeah.
Class.
Yeah, really. The most class see thing you can see. Big booty there, a little small booty there, but still classy though. Classy booties, classy.
That's right. So, in case you've been living under a rock,
yeah,
OnlyFans decided that they were just going to not have hardcore sexual content on their site anymore. Allegedly, you will still be able to have just nudes or whatever, but you can't have like hardcore,
really
shit.
Explicit stuff.
Yeah, explicit stuff. So essentially, OnlyFans was like, we're not being taken seriously as a company. We can't get any big corporate sponsors as a company because everyone considers us to be a porn site because they are a porn site. And so they're trying to change that with these new rules and become, I don't know, the example that they gave for like subscribing to a premium channel was cooking. Like everyone's going to want to watch cooking videos and your new recipe. Like you can't just Google that shit or watch a YouTube video or Facebook. Facebook is like big on like little cooking recipes, like those quick videos and stuff. I don't know when it became a trend, but whatever. Either way, what I'm saying is just like porn, you don't need to pay for it. You can just go to Google and ask, and Google will provide. This is really disappointing because I was actually about to launch my OnlyFans too, Chris.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically what I was going to do.
Tell them the plan because it was amazing.
This is genius. Mm-hmm. I'm going to charge $19.99 a month. And that includes free shipping for your month. I ship once a month off of OnlyFans. I'll sell books on OnlyFans. And your shipping is covered by your subscription to my OnlyFans. $19.99 a month.
That's such a good deal.
It's a steal. This is a steal.
And it's not over.
Well, it's not over, but every now and then I'll go ahead and do a premium video of me in my boxers reading a comic book live to you. So you could pick the comic.
choices.
Of their choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You pick the comic.
Pick comics, yeah.
I sit on a nice armchair by the fire in a Speedo, my Namor costume. And I read a comic book to your liking. Yeah,
Oh God.
Yeah, just $5 extra.
That's it. $5 extra.
Well, that's the best $5 you ever spent right there. I'll tell you what.
The best. Hell, man, he'll even put some of the money in between his Speedos. Amazing.
So yeah, that was my OnlyFans idea, but I don't know. Well, maybe I can still do it since it's not too explicit. So I guess that could probably.
Actually, you might actually be able to get away with that. That's true.
That's right.
That's true. You're not.
I might have to do it. I might have to do it.
If a little slippage come out, it's okay because it's not super explicit. It's not like you're screwing somebody.
It's crazy though, like how much money they got from girls doing, what they were doing on the site, and like people just being like, oh yeah, I started OnlyFans. Even like popular celebrities or popular streamers or stuff like that, like people from the Twitch area of the internet and everything, they'd start at OnlyFans, and just because people want to see them titties or whatever, they're like making $4 million overnight.
Yeah,
overnight, dude. $4 million from subscribers over. Can you imagine just like going to sleep one day and then waking up and you have $4 million fucking dollars? Like, what the fuck?
And the thing that always confused me about it was like, but there's free porn out there. So why are you sleazeballs paying for this girl to take her shit off when you can literally just watch free porn?
I don't know.
Then you don't have to spend your entire life savings and your wife's money on that. Like,
hey baby, can I borrow $20?
Yeah,
I gotta subscribe.
Hey, let me get $150 real quick
on OnlyFans. That shit's crazy. But anyways, so yeah, that's the most exciting news that's come out in the last week. But we're gonna move on from that. We're gonna talk about some other stuff. I know
something that's interesting before you go.
Oh,
something that's interesting. What do you think about Robin being gay?
So, yeah, I did hear about this. That DC announced that it was the Tim Drake Robin, right?
Tim Drake, yes.
And it's not even like fully, well, not fully gay, but that he's coming out as bisexual in some comic or another. Has it happened yet, or is it they're just announcing
it has
that
happened? He's asked the dude out on a date and everything.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did. Okay. Yeah. Here's my reaction. Okay, whatever. Move on. Like, you see Robin's outfit, you gotta suspect he's like a little something. Like he's wearing them tighty whities or yellow underwear over some spandex. Like, it's questionable fashion decision anyway as it begins. And he's hanging out with a much older man who takes them gallivanting throughout the night. So, I mean, regardless, it was not a shock to me.
Okay.
However,
okay.
A lot of people very angry and upset. The homophobia you would expect to see, I guess, definitely made itself clear.
Now, some of that might not just be homophobic, though.
Okay.
If you look at it this way, at least from my point of view, or why I'm at least disappointed. Not that the fact that he's gay or anything like that, because my whole thing is when it comes to gay and all that stuff, as long as you're happy, you're not hurting anybody, who cares? I mean, straight, gay, whatever. Do whatever's you. Have a good time. Don't hurt nobody. Whatever.
Right.
It's the same. I don't see anybody being worse or better for what you sexually like. I don't care. My issue with it, though, is why are you using established characters over and over just to get like this little brief rating pop or just to get somebody talking about it? Where why not just make new characters and build on stuff like that instead of taking characters that people like and love and then turn them into something where you're going to have these wars out? It's like you're trying to start something. As if you're trying to have people going at each other or trying to get the character to lose popularity. Because no matter how you look at it, I really feel Tim Drake will lose popularity because of this. He'll gain supporters, but I think the people that he'll lose will be bigger. and people will stop caring even more. Because I don't think Tim Drake's that popular anyway.
That's what I'm saying. He's like the third or fourth Robin.
Right. Like, yeah, like he's definitely, there's times where he'll do stuff that's super cool, like how he figured out who Batman was and stuff like that, and how smart he is, and how they've even said that, honestly, in terms of the detective aspect, he's probably the next Batman in that aspect, to be the world's best detective. He's that good at it.
Okay.
But in the grand scheme of things, people like Dick Grayson more. They like, Damian Wayne more. They love Jason Todd more. Like, they love the other Robins more than Tim Drake, because of, like, a lot of times he's come across just more of a nerd than a really cool character. But I just feel like, why do you have to do stuff like this? Why do you have to change a character from being a male to a female to a male? Like, why not just keep them who they are and build off new stuff instead of just taking older characters and turn them into stuff that you're going to probably get more backlash than you are going to get more praise for it? Because to me, that's just lazy writing. I'm just going to take this character and I'm just going to turn him gay or turn her gay. And it's like, well, why not you actually show that I'm a good writer and write a new character and get that character popular and have that character established as being gay or whatever you want him or she to be, and then do it that way. That's how I look at it. That's my problem with it.
Okay. Did you hear what they're doing to Jonathan Clark as well? They're also making him gay, I think, is what they
Are
said.
they really? I did not know that.
Yeah. So there was a 2-for-1 special for you for
Are you serious?
I mean, that's just what I read. So again, with me, like with Tim Drake, I was just like, whatever, because it wasn't even like they were changing a huge amount about him or anything. It was just like, oh, and he also likes dudes. Besides, like all the rest of the stuff that he does, he likes girls too. He also likes dudes. So like for me, it was just like, okay, whatever. Like it wasn't worth getting upset about. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I read so many Tim Drake stories. I really don't. So I think the timing lined up a little bit with the release of the new Titan season, which Tim Drake has been introduced in. Sure, a little bit, right? Yeah, it's definitely convenient for I don't know if they meant to do it that way or not, but definitely a convenient timing lineup there. Are they going to try to do something between John and Tim? I don't know, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know. For me, it's just whatever. Like if we can't, I don't even know. It's really not worth a response for me, because I don't care. Don't just whatever. As long as Tim Drake keeps stopping the bad guys, I guess. I don't know. As long as he's not fucking them afterwards, I guess, in in the back of the cop car, which would be a ridiculous plot line regardless if he was gay or not. It would just I don't really care. So that's kind of what I thought about that. And again, same with Jonathan. I haven't really gotten into Super Sons. I don't know too much about like him disappearing and then coming back. Besides from like that, because I don't read too much Superman, and therefore I don't read too much Superboy either. But that seems like a bigger,
from being like around Damian's age to basically they aged him up by having Superman's dad pick him up and take him into space and stuff.
Yeah. That one was probably a little bit bigger of a change, I feel, that DC, if it is true, because I think that one is just still circling in Rumorville. But the Tim one, I was just like, whatever. I don't care. I love this is my favorite response though. I love when people are like, they're trying to turn our kids gay. That's like I'm like, really? You think that this is like some huge plan or agenda to turn your child gay? Like I was reading something where they were like, oh, just the fact that there are gay characters that exist on kids shows now, that is somehow forcing your kids to be gay out of nowhere. I'm just like, really? Because I mean, I've seen some crazy shit as a child. Ren and Stimpy was all over the place, and I ain't never done no fucking cocaine. Let me tell you that. Even though there's a lot of fucking cocaine references in Ren and Stimpy, I ain't never done some shit like that. So I don't know how you jump to this conclusion that just because there is like, it's not even like they're fucking on camera or nothing. Like, it's just the fact that there is someone who exists in these kids shows. They're like, oh, you know what? They're trying to make all of our kids gay.
Bro, look at all the crazy crap that South Park has done.
Dude, that was another one. I was like, bro, South Park has some ludicrous shit. And that's been out since we were in like 4th grade, bro.
Right. And
so
it's
like,
still going hard now.
I don't know how, but yeah, they just signed like another huge payday too. Trey Parker, Matt Stone getting paid, bro. They just signed a lucrative deal.
I mean, they literally had an episode where Cardman, to play a trick, this was some fucking gay shit. To play a trick, my man went out there and snuck into Butter's house, tuck his dick out, put it in Butter's mouth.
Oh yeah, I do remember that shit.
It's like, aha, Butters, you're gay.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, no,
bro. Dude, that show is wild, man. I don't know how they get away with half.
I don't either.
But yeah, if we survive South Park, they'll survive fucking Sesame Street with like one gay character on it. Like, come on. I didn't see anyone get mad that when they introduced an autistic kid on Sesame Street. They were like, oh, they're turning all our kids autistic because there's an autistic. I mean, it's the same shit. So it's just ridiculous. But I will say, speaking of Robin and Tim Drake, I've watched the first 2 episodes of the new season of Titans, and they're all right. I was disappointed that we didn't really get like a Joker scene. They just kind of the death of Jason Todd was super fucking fast. Like Jason Todd was like, basically he was like, I triangulated the Joker, I found him, he's here, I used whatever tech. He calls Bruce. Bruce is on a plane. Bruce is like, don't fucking go, like just stay where you're at. We'll deal with it at another time. And Jason Todd's like, nah, fuck you, my balls are bigger. And he's like, goes out to take on the Joker by himself. And that's it. Basically, you just see him get hit with a crowbar a couple times. Like, you don't get to see the Joker. There's no torture scene that I was kind of hoping for or anything like that. It's basically
no building explosion.
No, there's really nothing like that. It's just basically it's just him getting whacked over and over again by like they silhouetted the Joker too, so like you don't even really see him, so it's just a silhouette of a crowbar coming down again and again. And then
you hear him laughing at least.
Yes, you hear it's a whack laugh too, dude. It's like that's basically it. And him getting
that's
hit.
lame.
But I mean, I get it that they didn't want to like introduce a Joker or like maybe pay too much for a Joker. I don't know.
That's lazy, bro.
You know how they are with shows versus movies.
I understand, but that's too lazy. If this wasn't such an iconic situation, then I wouldn't care as much. But the Jason Todd thing was huge.
It's huge. Yeah, definitely.
And like to me, you can't half-ass that. Like certain things you can, it's not that big of a deal. But something like that is huge. And hold on, I'm a little confused here. Now, Jason Todd, when this happened, he was still very young.
Yes.
And then, of course, it happened and years passed and he came back. But how is like
he's young on the show. He's very young on the show.
But you said Tim Drake is there too. Tim Drake's supposed to be basically like a kid.
Tim Drake is introduced definitely in the first episode. He's like later teens. He looks like he's probably like 18-ish, 19-ish, somewhere in that area.
So is he older or around the same age? Either way, there's still an issue there. Jason
is portrayed to be like 14 or 15.
So they actually have Jason Todd younger than Tim Drake.
Yes. Okay. At least that's the actors they chose. That's how it looks. I need to just sit down because now there's 4 episodes out, so I just need to sit down and rewatch 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 as well. But so far it was that scene, and then it's basically a cut forward to the Titans doing their thing, and then Red Hood, it just kind of he just enters a situation. Basically, he takes out a group of mafia bosses, and it just like kind of snowballs from there.
Does he take their heads and put them in bags?
He does dump a head out of a bag onto the table. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. It was pretty awesome. And then like one of them was like, "Oh, we're not gonna do whatever," and then he just fucking straight out kills him, like right there. And then everyone else is like, "Okay, we'll do whatever you say," and then he still ends up killing like a bunch of people, which is awesome. So I think that they're gonna make the Red Hood part of it savage. I'm just a little disappointed that they didn't make the death of Jason Todd as savage as they could have. It was basically just an intro scene of like 2 minutes, and then it was like that was it. That was done. Kind of fast forward. Bruce is all sad. Oh, that was another thing. Yeah, Bruce is basically like they definitely veered off comics from this, but basically Bruce goes to Dick, and he's like, "Yo, do you want to be Robin again?" And Dick's like, "You just fucking you got Jason killed, and you're asking me if I want to be Robin again? Are you out of your fucking mind?" And Bruce is like, "Please, I need a Robin. I need someone to hold me back from what I'm about to do." And Dick's like, "Fuck you," and just basically like goes off. And then Bruce kills the Joker.
What?
And retires as Batman simultaneously. He kills the Joker, and he's like, "I'm done," and drops the crow. He killed him with a crowbar, and drops the crowbar and at Dick's feet, and he's like, "I'm done being Batman," and then walks away, and that's it. So if you take the death of Jason Todd and that weird scene with Bruce out of it, so far it's been all right. Like Red Hood scenes have been really fucking sick, but yeah, I was just like, really? Bruce killed the Joker? That was kind of out of nowhere and unexpected.
I'm looking around because I'm there's like this is a prank, right? Like, are you serious?
Nope.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Right. That sounds like freaking stupid. Like, don't get me wrong. I've been saying, especially me, I've been saying literally since I was a kid, and the Joker showed up on the Batman animated series, and then like he just kept showing up, and I was like, "Yo, why come Batman hasn't put him down yet?" So right. I'm on I'm driving the bus or bandwagon for him to kill him. Yes. My issue is, why the hell is the Titans really involved in this situation? This thing is between Bruce.
So I think that's how they're making it. I think that's how they're making it a Titans problem, is they're getting rid of Batman and Bruce kind of thing.
It like now becomes basically overall a Dick Grayson problem.
Dick Grayson problem, yes. So I think that's the only reason that they did it, is to make it be like, well, it's not a Batman problem, it's a Dick Grayson problem. Because Batman no longer
just killed another man. Is Dick going after Bruce now for killing the Joker? Or is he just like, all right, that's cool?
Yeah. I don't think he really believes that it happened so much. Because he was just kind of like incredulous a little bit. But yeah. I mean, he drops a bloody... Oh, and in this universe, Alfred doesn't exist either, or he's already dead. I mean, you got to think this is an older Bruce too, so because he does mention that he buries Jason next to Alfred. Or buries Jason. I don't know exactly how they're going to explain that. If someone digs him up,
I mean,
if someone digs him up to put him in the Lazarus pit,
digged him up and brought him to the Lazarus pit, I guess. Huh?
If they're even going to have a Lazarus pit, even if they're even going to have Ra's al Ghul,
how is he back alive? Did he?
That's what I'm saying.
He survived the crowbar. This is what happened. He got hit with the crowbar so much he actually survived it. Bruce thought he was dead, but he wasn't. Bruce buried a man alive, and then Jason Todd, as a kid, was just want to live so much. He was so much of a badass. He somehow broke through his coffin and then climbed and digged and clawed his way up. And dug his way out with his bare hands and then crawled out of his grave. And it was raining and it was thunder. And then it hit when his arm went out, thunder went down. Then he climbed out. Then he looked at the sky and it was raining all over him. And he was like, I know what I must do now.
And then
I just told y'all what happened.
Instantly became a much, much better fighter. Like insanely better fighter. Which you'll have to refresh my memory. I know the Lazarus pit brings him back. Is it supposed to enhance his fighting ability too?
He was trained too while he was there.
with Raj Al Ghul, right? That's what I thought. It's not like just magically overnight he became an incredibly better fighter, right? Because let me tell you, man, like the scenes from the previous seasons with Robin, with Jason Todd, he was all right, but he definitely needed help.
Right.
He got himself into situations multiple times where it was just like, bro, you fucked up. Like, you can't fight your way out of this one. And now all of a sudden he's like storming into mafia boss meetings, has a head in a bag that he dumps on a table. He's fucking taking people out. He's going crazy. He's got moves like you ain't never seen before. I was like, damn, bro, like the way that maybe I missed like a time lapse thing that said like a year later or something. I don't think so. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong there. But the way that I watched it, it seemed like it was like the next week. Like fucking
a week later.
Yeah, one week later, fucking Red Hood shows up and he's kicking ass like you ain't ever seen before. Like this
okay. So I already told y'all how he escaped. So let me tell you how he trained better too. All right. So what happened was while he was looking up at the sky, and he was like, "This can't happen." He was still saying, like, "I know what I must do," and he was like, "I can't." Like this is still somewhat traumatizing. Like it's a badass moment what I just did, but it's also traumatizing. I had to dig out my own grave. I don't want to ever do that again. And next time it could be permanent.
Right.
So what he did was he went home and then, well, he couldn't go home. So he was walking. He was like, damn, I don't want to go back to Bruce. I'm different now. I've changed. So he kept walking and he saw a kid watching Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
and he saw an episode where Gohan and Krillin was on their way to Namek. And he was like, those guys did that mind training where they sat down and they're so powerful they was able to fight each other in their own mind. So he sat down and he became one with himself. Yes. And he did this intense training where over and over he fought against Batman and like he always lost. And Joker would come out of nowhere and whack him with the thing. And then eventually he got so good he beat Batman. And then when Joker came to whack him, he grabbed the crowbar with his bare hands, bended it like he was Superman, and he beat the crap out of the Joker with it. And then that's how he became better.
Okay. All right. So
not sense as anything else.
Was this all done in like a Rocky montage too? Like just like he's like jogging up the steps and shit.
He ran up some Gotham stairs and then he was ready to go.
All right. So none of that happened. But
yes, it did happen. I'm telling you the truth. Spoilers.
Oh, okay. Spoilers for that. That's going to come into the Titans season later on. Apparently, I don't know. Yeah. So I'll probably do that tonight. Is go back and just rewatch like 1, and I know I haven't seen 3 or 4, so I need to watch those as well. But the Red Hood scenes I feel like have been pretty decent so far, but everything else has just been kind of well, I don't know, kind of like there are good parts and there are bad parts. There's just like there's definitely redeeming qualities, and then there's parts like I said, like the silhouette of Joker with that whack ass laugh, and the fact that Bruce kills the Joker, which again I think is just to get him out of the picture so that it can become a Titan story. It's just whatever. I don't like how I don't like how they kill fucking everybody in this show.
It's like an MCU movie with most of their villains. They just kill them. So I don't like how they killed just everyone. Just fucking like all these badass villains that they could have definitely used down the line. I mean, maybe they still will. I don't know. Like they'll bring them back somehow. But they're just so quick to solve a problem by murdering them. And I guess they're trying to be edgy, I guess. More of an edgy show. I think that's my issue with the whole thing. And I haven't really, I watched a little bit of it, but I never really sat down and really watched it. And it's because of, the first trailer, and me and you talked about it when it first came out. Yep. When the first trailer first came out, the whole fuck Batman and all that stuff.
Fuck Batman.
Dude. I might be the fucking edgelord of edgelords. I love shit like that. I don't care. But again, I'm all about the character because I know the character so well. That's not Dick Grayson.
Right.
And because that's such a huge different path they're taking with him, I just never really got interested enough to watch that because
And
it's like Dick Grayson, he is so important to the community of DC, not just the Batman community, because he's like genuinely overall like one of the nicest people in all of DC.
Right.
Like he's that guy you can rely on and actually truly look up to in DC because of how his character acts, hold himself, and the things that he does.
Right.
So the tournament to this was just like,
but they backed off of that so fast. They made it more like he had his issues with Batman. He didn't want to become Batman, and that's why he left and went to become a cop in Detroit. So it was like that whole like fuck Batman, like, and that was episode 1, and then like he never really returned to that mind frame. I mean, he still had his issues with Bruce, obviously, because he was like, look what you did to me, look what you're continuing to do with Jason. And now I guess that's obviously Bruce is going to come back because Tim Drake has entered the picture, and that's going to become the next thing. But I'm just like, that first episode of like fuck Batman, that attitude really hasn't returned.
Okay.
As far as he's concerned, he's still like kind of douchey. Like there was like this whole thing that he was dating Dove for a bit and like fucked her over or something like, I don't know exactly the thing behind it, but him and Hawk have an issue. So he's definitely got kind of douchiness, but when they brought Jason in, especially, like Jason became like the asshole of the show of like, I know better than everybody. He almost has like the Damian Wayne attitude, where like, I know everything, I'm better than everyone, I've been training since this, blah 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 blah. Not as young, obviously, and not quite to that extreme that Damian definitely carries, but that's kind of how they made Jason come off as. And the more that they leaned that way with Jason, the more they backed off with Dick and had Grayson try to continue to unite everyone together. Like, we need to save everyone. This is like the importance of the team. We can't leave anyone behind. We gotta, blah 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 blah. Everything falls on my shoulders, type of thing. So I think they stuck true to that part of him as the show progressed. But yeah, that first episode, just like you said, like, that's not Dick Grayson. Like, you don't just come out and be like, fuck everybody. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing that I loved about the Teen Titans, the original animated series. Again, not that beyond weird garbage that is Go. That is just hella weird. Definitely one of the episodes you even told me about. I'm just like, what?
I did. I gotta tell you about this again because this is just so ridiculous. There was an episode. We're watching Teen Titans Go in a hotel room. Me and Justin, before we're about to go to a show, or like we just got back from a show and we turn on the TV and that was on. And there's a part where they're like, we need oil. I don't know why they needed oil, but they needed oil right then. So they just had a time machine. They took Beast Boy into the time machine, brought him back 65 million years into the past. He turns into a dinosaur. They kill him, bury him, and then jump 65 million years again into the future, and then they dig up oil. But somehow he still survives. I don't know. He's like in the next scene, and he still continues to be around. But so I was just like looking. I was watching it. Like, Justin and I were both watching it, and we just like looked at each other, and I was like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" Like, someone explain to me how any of this just makes sense. And it's like a kid show. I was like, that was super dark.
Yes.
For a little kids show that they just murdered their own teammate 65 million years in the past just to dig them up as some oil. And I don't even know what the fuck they needed the oil for. But I was cracking up, dude.
That's like one of those moments where you're literally looking at your homie and you're just like, bro, are we high? Like, what did we just watch?
And we were high. So we were like, is it the weed? Like,
that's just some weird crap. But no, unlike that, whatever the hell that is, that's just what the unlike that, seriously, they killed him and fucking turned him into oil. Unlike that, the actual Teen Titan anime, the one they got, was so great, so well received, and people love it to this day.
Right.
It just handles stories and villains so great. I mean, I don't remember them ever once dropping Batman's name. Like you don't ever hear anything about Batman. They didn't rely whatsoever on the Batman aspect. It was all about the Teen Titans and them dealing with their own personal issues. And Grayson's issues was not dealing with Batman. It was his own issues. Right. And even if sometimes it could come across as maybe he might feel himself to be a little inferior, still, they didn't rely on Batman at all. It was the Teen Titans, and they dealt with that. So the fact that they have to just shoehorn Batman into that series too is just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, they definitely. Yeah, I don't know if they rely on it because we don't even meet Bruce. I don't think until like later in season 2, and like Batman definitely doesn't come into play at all. Like you don't see Batman except for like the weird nightmare episode that they tried to do. Where it's all happening in their heads and they have to fucking go find Batman or kill Batman or whatever, and Batman takes them all out and just becomes like an evil Batman, I guess. Besides that, they don't really show. They definitely don't show Batman. They don't talk about him. They even made a joke like, so really Batman's not going to show up for any of this, or something, like Batman's not coming in, and Dick Grayson's like, no, he's not. Like, so they even kind of like meta talked about it a little bit in that way. I think
they had to use his name,
right?
Where the other Teen Titan never had to rely on any of that,
right?
Like they don't even have Batman villains even show up. They have their own villains for that series.
Yeah, and Titans would have their own villains, but they keep killing them, and it's like you're gonna run out of like Titans don't have that many villains that outside of like Batman villains. So that the fact that you keep killing the ones that could actually be like a season-long threat within like an episode or two is just kind of annoying. And then you're relying on like like you said, like Batman stories only played from the Titans point of view, like Deathstroke is, I mean, I know Deathstroke is a Titans villain, but like he's also a Batman villain. Like he's a big Batman villain. And so it's like
even the Teen Titans show, they had a guy very similar to Deathstroke, but he was Slade. And he had very things that was so similar to Deathstroke, but he was never Deathstroke. It was Slade.
It was just
Slade. Their own take on what this character is.
Yeah. So Slade was a season long thing. Like that was like a whole arc. But like now they killed. Fuck it. I should bring up a list of the fucking Titans villains because I could tell you they fucking killed most of them. Let's see. Deathstroke, Fearsome Fire, Trigon.
And I'm sorry. Come on, Trigon?
Dr. Light, they killed immediately. They fucking just like within an episode or two, they just fucking got rid of him.
Episode or two?
Dark Raven, they've never really gotten into.
Trigon is?
He's
Trigon, one of the most powerful beings in all of DC.
But no. Well, Trigon they got rid of within a couple episodes too. But I'm saying Dr. Light they got rid of. Like I was way too fast. Blackfire they were talking about a little bit, but she wasn't really pose a threat whatsoever.
They killed her too?
They didn't. I don't think they killed her. I think they got they sent her back to where she was. To wherever, like she was never a real threat, and she was only like a side story with Starfire. Yeah. So that was kind of weird. Jericho they used to turn against Deathstroke, so he was never really like a villain. I guess he's not too much of a villain in the comics either. But let's see. Yeah, and I guess they do have a good list of some other people, but no one's really going to know too much about some of these other strange, the very minimal villains. I don't know. I don't see them being a fucking season-long threat at all. But yeah, dude, they just get rid of people so fast. Superboy was like a kind of threat for a little while until they had him figure out who he was. And then it was fine. It was the lab created Superman clone that they're using.
Okay.
But Yeah, it's just because he was confused as to who the fuck he was. But yeah, so like the show definitely has its issues, but
Yeah.
it has still been entertaining. I just wish they didn't get rid of characters so quickly as they have been. Like they could use them in the future or use them down the line. Hopefully, the rest of this season that's ongoing now gets a little bit better. I was hoping that with HBO money, since it's now an HBO show, that they were going to do something a little bit better. But we'll just have to we'll have to see.
I don't know, man. It just sounds weird that the freaking Joker, because now you're gonna have to actually utilize him. You're gonna have to figure something out because it'll be really weird. Oh no, I'm sorry. Never mind. My bad. I forgot. You told me earlier they killed the Joker.
They killed a Joker. Maybe they'll bring someone else back and just call him the Joker, the new Joker, the second Joker.
You're really not making me want to watch the show at all.
The fifth Joker.
Yeah, you're not making me want to watch the show at all.
All right, let's jump off of DC then. Let's jump away from the Titans in DC. And the other show that's come out recently, the What If show has come to Disney Plus.
They have.
You haven't watched What If though yet, have you?
I have not watched the What If shows. No, I will eventually, but I had like very, very busy things going on with, what was going on with my job and everything. So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, they were okay. They're nothing crazy special. It's been entertaining. Nothing insane. So far we've had What If Peggy Carter was the first Avenger, which was kind of cool to see. And I mean, just like the things that happened and everything. Basically, Steve becomes like a very early Iron Man project done by Howard Stark. And then Peggy is like this badass Captain Britain. So I mean, it was pretty cool. And then we had What If T'Challa became Star-Lord, which is a little strange that they still call him Star-Lord. But I get it. Whatever, just be a recognizable name or like what exactly the character that he became.
Yeah, sure. Afraid today, lazy writing.
Yeah, a little lazy writing, but they don't. I mean, these episodes are only 30 minutes long, so it's not like they can go full movie in mode with each episode.
But isn't this stuff going to carry over though?
What do you mean?
Like, is this stuff just one-off episodes? Don't this stuff have like a really?
Yeah.
Oh, because I thought from the commercials, from what I saw in the commercials, I thought that
well, the Watcher is the narrator, and he's like, these are all the alternate universes that I see, basically.
Oh, so help me out here. Spoilers.
Yep, spoilers.
Spoilers. So since she becomes the first Avenger, I guess it shows her with the team.
Yeah, it's basically it's the first.
I thought I saw T'Challa, Star-Lord, and her and other Avengers together at some point. I thought I did.
Oh, so maybe it will build up into something.
That's what I thought I saw in one of the commercials. Maybe I'm wrong, but I could have sworn I did.
The first episode was basically the first Captain America movie, so it was in the 40s, the World War II, and that's where it stayed time-wise.
And she got frozen, right?
Did she get frozen at the end? I can't remember if she got frozen at the end.
She's died over there.
I can't honestly can't remember if that's what happened. I know. I mean, she kicked ass. It was pretty awesome. And again, like I said, Steve became like an early Iron Man project with Howard Stark at the forefront. And yeah, I mean, it was basically just the first Captain America movie reimagined.
Does she smack Red Skull in the face with her shield? And then when he's like, "You can't hurt me," she's like, "I know what to hurt you." And then she kicks him in his balls. Does she do that?
Yes, twice.
Really?
Twice, actually.
Yes. All right. I gotta watch that. That's great.
Yeah, she actually flicks him in the nuts so hard that the nuts go flying off of his body, which was a little graphic, I thought, for an animated show. But whatever. The T'Challa one was very amusing, though. The T'Challa as Star-Lord, just because, first of all, it was awesome to hear Chadwick Boseman's voice again.
Isn't that his last?
Yeah.
Because I guess that means because I remember hearing that. So I guess that really does mean he has no audio or anything in the Black Panther 2 movie?
Unless I don't think that they're going to try to computer generate anything, but I mean, unless they were to attempt to do something like that. Yeah, I think this was his last. This is like
No,
the
I've
last
been hearing this
project he
was
worked on.
even from the interviews. They were saying this is his
Last role.
last role that he did for them.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but he was such a good Star-Lord, like so amazing and everything that that basically he was able to stop Thanos with a conversation, and Thanos became a gardener, and that shit was pretty funny. And instead of Thanos being the ultimate big bad, it was the Collector, so they had to stop him, and it was like a whole thing where one of them was traded in for the Collector's collection, and they were after the stone, obviously. So that part still was a part of it, but it was so good. And
Guardians of the Galaxy had to stop them then, huh?
it was basically the Guardians of the Galaxy, the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, only with T'Challa as Star-Lord, and then obviously things changed because T'Challa was Star-Lord, so he made a lot of things.
So maybe that was the key to stopping Thanos all along.
That's what I'm saying.
He had to sit down with fucking Black Panther, and then everything would have been good.
Yeah.
Damn, you just told us what should have happened, man. Come on.
Yeah,
I'm blaming Doctor Strange. You telling me you didn't see that in one of your visions? Come on, Strange. Drop the ball, brother.
It was too late at that point. It was too late. Thanos was too far on his mission.
Gotcha.
I don't know, man, but I mean, they've been amusing just to watch. I don't know if they're gonna all carry into like the universe is gonna combine or whatever, and the characters will actually meet each other and become like this weird Avengers team, or what's gonna happen. It seems like each one so far. I mean, there's only been two, but each one it just seems to be its own like story. Just kind of one thing went different, obviously, just like all the What If comics. So, like one thing went different. And so it just spanned a whole chain reaction, and basically would have been pruned by the TVA if the TVA existed, type of thing. But since the TVA no longer exists now,
To be fair, they do kind of exist.
I mean, they exist, but
because even at the end, it's a whole different team, and they don't know who Loki is.
But seeing the Watcher is cool because maybe that means we're gonna get Silver Surfer.
Maybe
my man, the Surfer. Norrad. That's right.
Yeah, he's got to do what he did in the Fantastic Four movies, right?
No, fuck you.
Yeah, man.
You shut your whore mouth, Chris. God damn it. I swear to God, if we don't get a good Silver Surfer in the MCU, I might actually cry.
Jay just comes on our podcast crying. Like, I saw the fucking Fantastic Four movie, and Silver Surfer showed up. The first thing he did was take a surfboard and go to a building.
Yeah, I swear. I swear to God, dude. I'll leave. I'll leave the theater. I'll leave the comic game if that shit happens.
Oh my God. This podcast would be real weird because comics would be banned.
That's right. Hey, we didn't talk about no comics no more. Fuck that shit. I'm so mad about it.
Oh my God. Oh,
so What If? And then we had an Eternals trailer from Marvel.
Yes.
Which everyone was excited about, and I was just still kind of meh about it. But
I was mad about it too, man. I wasn't like super impressed by it. It didn't do anything. It didn't make me feel any different than how I already felt, which is like this movie is it's going to set some things up that I feel are going to be important in the future, but I have no actual interest in the movie whatsoever. And I still feel the same way I felt then after watching the trailer, because it was just like, oh my God, like you said before we got on, it was like, oh my God, it could be Galactus. I mean, probably not. It was just a Celestial. And if anybody thought the Celestials was not going to be in this movie, then I'm sorry, you're an idiot. Because I mean,
the Celestials look cool visually. It did look.
I said when we first started talking, this might be the prettiest and visually pleasing movie that comes out from all of MCU this phase. Like, it could be that good. Like, I think it's going to have tons of good-looking scenes.
Right.
And it's going to visually be really appealing. But that still doesn't mean that the movie's going to overall be good.
Right. I think that what their attempt to explain why the Eternals haven't done anything is that they were ordered to not do anything unless it involved the Celestials. And then they didn't even say Celestials. They just kind of cut to a scene of a Celestial. Right. So kind of to imply, whatever, or if they're going to change it in the actual movie. I don't know.
And like you said, there was, like you were saying before we got, there was people like, oh my God, that explains everything. Dude, me and you said that's probably one of the reasons they're going to bring up.
Right.
Anybody with that, like, you should have known that was going to be it. That didn't explain anything.
Right.
It didn't explain nothing. It was just another cop-out to say this is why they didn't do anything. Yeah. Again, I shouldn't say cop-out. It makes sense for the characters.
Yeah, that they're guarding the one that's like in Earth.
Right.
Yes.
But at the same time, again, the whole movie also, obviously, and it shows, and you can make it seem like not necessarily a movie flaw or something that they're contradicting themselves, but more of the characters contradict themselves. They're like, well, we never interfered. And you see all these different scenes of them interfering. And it's like, but you did a lot of shit, though.
But it seems like
we never interfered.
You were doing so. I'd be like, bro, like, I don't ever clean my house, and then it just cuts to a picture of me like vacuuming the carpet or something.
Because that's the problem. It's not like they implied it. They flat out say, oh no, we never interfered. And they literally just show scenes of them interfering, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I like how they brought up Thanos in particular. Like, it's almost like they knew that's exactly what people would be saying. Like, why weren't you there when Thanos? And then they immediately were like, Thanos. They couldn't wait to say Thanos. They were like, Thanos. I need to say it, Thanos.
I will say this. I think it's kind of going towards what I was saying earlier in some of our older podcast episodes.
Okay,
you guys need to watch that and make sure you continue to smash and subscribe. That like button. Let me smash it and match it and make that thing your little bit. That I guess they are, at least for me, I feel one of the big plots, maybe the big thing, is going to be them using this to set up the X-Men. Because it could be one of those things where it's like, well, the Celestials put in the gene into humans for them to turn into mutants and superheroes. So this could be like a secret gene for certain people. So this could be what they're setting up for in this movie, which still, like I said before, concerns me with the Wolverine factor.
I don't know, man. Because I think we're still a far way away from mutants. Like, as far as like a bunch of mutants and
I'm saying everything. It could still be their way of setting things up.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, this movie's going to set up not just for like this phase. I still feel this movie's going to set up for future phases too. It's not just going to be just for phase 4. It's going to be maybe for 5, 6, just for the future of the MCU in general. That's what this movie's going to be building. And this really could be one of those things where it could be a low-key database thing that you can read and see, or they might low-key hint it or say it really, like, just say it and don't bring too much attention to it. But it's going to be one of those things with Celestial. They might even make like an offhand comment like, remember, I put the, like, because they're going to meet a Celestial. They might meet a couple of them, who knows. But it could be a flashback of them when they first got their abilities, talking to a Celestial, whatever the case may be. And we could get something where they're just like, we also put a special gene in these humans that could evolve. So you need to protect and watch for if the end really does show, you need to stop that so they can evolve into what we know the human race has potential to actually be.
Right.
Like, I think it's going to be something like that is set up in this movie. And it still puts the factor of, if it is the case and the X-Men technically are around during this time frame, they got a lot of explaining to do, because I want to know why the hell the fucking X-Men did not get involved in this situation.
Yeah.
The reasons they didn't have the rights, but I'm talking about storyline wise. Why come I ain't see Wolverine just trying to jump at Thanos with his claws or something? Nobody does anything. Charles like, we don't deal with this. Charles, half the school just got deleted, man. They're gone.
That's what Charles. That's what Charles goes up to space.
Fuck down before I have Gene braid your hair. Like
that's when Charles just goes up to space. He's like, "Fuck all y'all," and he's just like, "I'm out of here."
He's like, if I help him, is that gonna get me out of his wheelchair?
Yeah.
No? Is it? No. Gene, shut up.
Gene, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And
Charles is very different.
He's like, Cyclops, it's your team now. See you later.
Yeah, exactly.
Cyclops is like
with his middle finger.
Cyclops is like, my turn to be a dick. All right.
Yeah. Wolverine.
The point of this whole thing is that Cyclops is an asshole. All right, so
oh my god, we're back to this. The hatred that James seemed to have for Cyclops.
Bro, Cyclops is the worst, bro.
Dude, no, he's not. Cyclops is a great hero who has made a lot of mistakes. And, you know, when he went all, like, evil and, like, crazy, that doesn't help my case at all.
Name one time he's been, like, an outstanding hero.
Cyclops has risked his life for the other X-Men on many occasions.
Uh-huh.
He has!
Okay.
I mean, he's even protected and saved Wolverine after all the crap Wolverine has done to him.
Sure.
Wolverine is hitting on another man's girl and it's doing everything in his power to bang her.
That's life, bro. I don't know. Namor hitting on Sue all the time, you know?
I get that. But
Reed ain't that.
Is Namor a member of the freaking Fantastic Four?
No.
No! Is Namor living in their house? No, Wolverine is really a member of the X-Men. He is part of the team. That Cyclops is the leader to the team, and you're sitting there trying to bang his girl.
Well, it's something about redheads, man. You just can't contain yourself.
Okay. Look, I'm a different kind of brother. I ain't never gonna try and bang somebody else's girl like that. That's some messed up right there, yo. That's some messed up shit, man.
Look, it's just if they have issues in their relationship, man. It's not like you're going after a healthy relationship.
Showed up and started hitting on his girl, and this girl started looking back.
So she a hoe. So see, Scott, look, Wolverine's just doing Cyclops a favor because he's pointing out the fact that Jean's a hoe. So he's like, look, Scott, you don't want to be with a hoe. Let me prove this to you that she's a hoe. And it's basically like when you go on the Maury Povich show, right? So you know how they have those decoys in the green room to prove that they a hoe. So that's all that's basically what Wolverine is doing. It's like, let's say the X-Men house is the the school is Maury Povich show, right? And Wolverine is the decoy in the green room. He's just trying to prove to Scott that you can't trust these hoes, son. You can't trust these hoes, son. He's doing him a favor. But Scott is so self-centered and delusional that he can't see the fact that Logan is actually doing him a favor. And so he just takes out all his anger on the rest of the team all the time, almost killing them in the danger room multiple times. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, you can handle, all this shit that you've never seen before that I'm just going to add into it right here at the last second. Boop, 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 boop. Here you go. And then they almost die. And Scott's like, well, why the fuck did you mess up, you fucking pussy? And he always berates them. He's like, man, I need a new X-Men team because half of y'all are washed up and y'all ain't shit.
One damn series.
Look.
And now they still think he's a Cyclops master.
Look. Look. I've read more than just the 10 issue. That's a little stint. He was a huge dick during that 10 issue stint, but I'm just saying, like, overall. Like, and that's it. And it's like, how is this man gonna lead the team when he's saying that he needs a new team to begin with, start from scratch? That's all I'm saying. And the whole time that the whole team is just trying to do him a favor, pointing out that Jean's a hoe. But I'm just saying. I don't even know how we got here, but
I don't know how we got
here. We're talking about the Eternals trailer.
That's a good dude. I totally forgot we was even talking about that. I thought we were talking about something to deal with the X-Men, but I know it was like a transition to the X-Men anyway. But yeah, the Eternal trailer. We're gonna talk about Scott more later. If not another episode, we're gonna go deep into your disrespect for Scott, because Scott's the man, bro. Scott is a great X-Men. I hate the disrespect that man gets in the movies.
Yep.
And from you, especially in the freaking movies. They made Scott a freaking jobber.
Yeah, they did fuck him up in the movies. I will say.
Real quick, we get back to the terms, but real fast. This is how you know Scott was treated like straight garbage.
Yeah.
In the third X-Men movie, my man gets killed by basically a kiss.
Yeah.
I mean, he does nothing in that movie and gets disintegrated by Jean. In the most pussiest way, too. Like, not even going out fighting. Just basically, like, just kisses him and he just disintegrates away.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, that's the leader of the X-Men.
Yep.
And he's only in the movie for, like, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah. They definitely, I mean, that whole movie we all know is garbage, but, like, they really did him dirty in the movies. I will admit, at least to that they did him dirty in the movies for sure.
No, the first 3 movies, I can't even think of one thing Scott did that was amazing.
Yeah, he just got mad at Logan the whole time. That's Logan is doing him a favor, Chris.
Okay. So, what do you think about the Eternals trailer? Do you think it's gonna is there anything that it tells you that might come in the future?
No. I thought it looked pretty, like you were saying. I thought the Celestials looked cool. The fight scenes were meh.
Yeah, they really were.
I mean, there wasn't too much as far as the action scenes part of it goes.
Josh shot a laser out of his eyes.
The humor was meh. Like the same kind of thing. Like nothing was particularly funny about it in the trailer.
Again, even the last scene where the dude breaks the table was not funny to me.
Yeah,
it was just like another awkward thing where I was like, "That's just."
Where he's like, "That's from IKEA" or whatever he said.
Yeah, just like with the last scene in the first one when they had the freaking I could lead the Avengers and an awkward laughing.
Oh, I know that they all laughed.
Both of these scenes was just awkward to me, and I was like, "This ain't funny." He broke a table that he thought was made out of what was it, vibranium? He thought it was whatever he thought it was.
Oh yeah, vibranium.
Not interesting. That wasn't funny. That was just dumb.
Angelina Jolie looks old. I'll say that.
She is old, ain't she?
She's getting up there, bro. She's getting up there.
50-something, right?
Yeah, dude. I was like, damn.
Jennifer Lopez, and to be fair though, she is Puerto Rican too, but she's like 51, 52. She still looks pretty good.
Yeah, I would still smash. Dude, this is a throwback to when we were talking about fucking South Park, but Cartman's got the J-Lo on his hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, J-Lo, you look pretty good. Yes, see. But yeah, Angelina Jolie looks tired. Like, she's getting out there because she looked tired. Like, even in the trailer, it's not that she looked old; she just looked tired. I was like, damn.
It makes you like she does look like. Again, these are trailers and these is picking out scenes, so it's hard to tell when I see the movie. But it does look like she just doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it wasn't tired. Maybe she just looked like she didn't want to be there. Kind of like fucking what's her name, Pepper Potts in every fucking scene that she was in. She just looked like she didn't want it. She would rather be anywhere fucking else, but on set. And so, oh god, I'm glad we're done with her.
Oh my
god. But yeah, no, it just I don't know. It just didn't. The trailer really didn't do too much for me. I'm just still not that excited. I'm not as excited for sure as I am for the Shang-Chi movie. I'm very excited for that movie.
On Rotten Tomatoes, at least when I looked at it, because it came out on the 16th in California. When I looked at just the reviews, I still know nothing. I didn't look at any real reviews. I don't want to know, and I don't really care to know anything. But when I looked at the Rotten Tomato review, if I saw it right, it had 80 reviews already, and it had a 91 rating.
For
just the critic reviews, I guess, not the act. I don't think it was the fan reviews yet.
For the Shang-Chi movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Were they like? I mean, were they excited about it? Were they good?
I mean, it was a 91. I didn't go into specific look at to see what everybody was saying, but it did have a 91 rating. That's pretty good.
Cosmic Rob, what's up? He says Shang-Chi is going to be awesome. I hope so, man. I'm excited for that one. Despite my previous video that I just released to YouTube talking about how I think movie theaters are gonna die. Like that might be a movie that gets me to go to a theater. It just depends on like what's in my area. A lot of people have been talking about like they can rent out a theater with their friends and family and stuff like that, and just kind of go see it. So I might try to do something like that.
I wonder how much that costs though.
Yeah, that's what. Well, Justin, I don't know if they've changed it, but Justin said during the pandemic it was like $100, $200 maybe.
Really?
Yeah,
that's not that bad.
But also depending on like what time of day and what day you do it and
how long you have it rented for.
Well, you rent it for the movie, but if you're bringing in a group
just
of like
the one movie, okay,
10 people or whatever, then it might be worth it. I don't know. I'll have to look at it and see. If I don't do something like that, I'm gonna go like on a Wednesday at noon or some shit like that. Like when I go to the strip club at Wednesdays at noon, you find the real talent. you see the ugly pregnant bitch on the pole. That's what I go for. I just sit in the corner. I sit as far away from the stage still as possible, even though the whole strip club's empty. And you just like you got your hat real low and shit, so you're just like really creeping on them. Like, oh yeah, baby. swing that pregnant belly around. So I'll probably go to the theater like at a real just obscure time and day, just so I can hopefully be there by myself and watch it, or with Alexis and watch it.
I mean, Wednesday is hump day, so
hump day. The days of multiple movie theaters in close proximity are over. I see theaters going to a movie gimmicky model like diner theater stuff. Yes, actually, there's been a lot of people saying stuff like that. Even AMC has changed a lot, like with the recliner seats that they do, and like meals and stuff in the lobby, serving beer and liquor, like getting liquor licenses. I know that's different here in North Carolina than it is in other states, but that's a big deal in North Carolina because the ABC Commission is fucking absolutely nuts. So for them to be making all these strides to like try to, I don't know, like hipster it up with the theater, that just kind of goes to show that I think they are on their way out. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, so I'm definitely more excited about Shang-Chi than Eternals. I think we've said that a couple times already in the last few episodes. But that's just how But you know what else I'm excited for?
I think that the Eternals are going to be more important for the MCU in the grand scheme of things for what they can introduce. But
what's his face got like a 5-movie deal or something? The dude that's playing Black Knight, the dude that's playing Black Knight, allegedly, like he's got a 5-movie deal.
I remember you telling me that before. Yeah. So I mean, if it is true, we're gonna see his butt in a bunch of movies then.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you know nothing, Jon Snow. That's like all I could think of. I just see him and I see the Game of Thrones dude, and how terrible that last season was. Oh my god, I don't know if I told you, but I finally finished watching Game of Thrones. I made myself do it. I made myself sit down and watch the last 3 seasons or 4 seasons or whatever that I remember it being enough that I was like, really, there's another fucking season. I was like, seriously, like so that's when I had stopped. That's how far back I had stopped watching, where it was at a point where I just kept going. I was like, I have to watch another fucking season of this garbage.
Right when you think it's over, DJ Khaled comes out another one.
Another one.
It's like seriously, dude, another one. Damn.
God, it was so awful. But yeah, that's all I can think of now. And the other dude from Game of Thrones is in it too. So it's a whole Game of Thrones reunion. I don't know. Whatever. Rob says, I actually love the dinner theater feel. Alamo Drafthouse has hilarious YouTube vids before shows that have to do with the movie, plus specialized menus for the big flicks. Nice. You know what would be really cool? Like if you were to have like a theater, and someone was actually talking to me about this on Instagram, is that if you had a theater that like also doubled as some kind of like nerd store, like maybe sell comic books or like sci-fi related stuff or movie memorabilia in the lobby. You could have like the little restaurant feel as well. So it's mainly that also plays movies, like maybe 2 or 3 theaters. So that's not like the biggest part of their business, because that's where I feel like it's not like eventually that's not going to be the big part of their business. And that's not where they're making their money anyway. They're making their money on the snacks and the drinks and the food and stuff. So make it that. So make it like a restaurant vibe, or you're selling like movie memorabilia. You could even like become someone who tries to buy and sell like legitimate fucking movie props and shit like that, like from movies and stuff. And serve drinks and food and whatever, and just have. Well, here's where you'll really make your money is if you can get like the license to do it and just run like marathons of stuff, like old movies.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the old, like crazy, like the Blob or like the Thing, or
You have themes too. Like October could be the horror theme. That could
exactly.
Be really-
So I mean that's where I see like a theater, if they're clever enough and they're innovative enough to do something like that, that would make it, because I would fucking go there all the time, because that'd be dope. But just a regular ass movie theater, like just a hallway with theaters on either side.
Right.
I think that's gonna go. It's just gonna die over time, because they're just not making it. Yeah, just like Blockbuster, baby.
Yo, dude, so that's funny. You were talking about food. I don't know why. I started thinking of Bob Burgers. You remember that show?
Oh, I love that show.
Okay. For some reason, every time I think of Bob Burgers, I think of one of the funniest things I've seen. And it was like one of their early episodes when they was trying to think of ideas. And the little girl was like, let's do the pedal burger. And it comes with a piece of candy.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Dude, their theme burgers.
That thing was so funny to me.
That show is hilarious, dude, because it's like the perfect balance of like almost a family kids show that has like some really dark jokes kind of thrown in throughout. But oh my god, that is I love that show. That show, and of course, H. John Benjamin is voice actor for Archer as well, and I love Archer, and just all the shenanigans that show gets into as well. Rob says the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit with Marvel may be a bit more Hollywood elite against streaming. The ScarJo. Okay, I made a joke on Instagram, and this was like, just me being like snarky, just to kind of rile people up a little bit. But Scarlett Johansson has recently done commercials for Feeding America. Basically, where there's Feeding America, where basically there's like a starving child on the screen, and then she comes on later, and she's like, "With your help, we could help send whatever." And I was like, bitch, you're suing Disney right now because you're not happy with making literally $20 million fucking plus dollars for a shitty movie. And you're talking about, we need all of your help to end hunger in America. It's like, motherfucker, you could just take $1 million out of your paycheck and help end a lot of hunger with that. But whatever. It's cool.
I mean, with all the money Scarlett Johansson has made, she can drop like easy 10 million and it wouldn't hurt her.
That's all I'm saying. So I said something like that, and some people were not so happy.
I'm pretty sure they was very upset.
Oh yeah, they were.
You gotta remember too, though, we're in a world where you cannot say things anymore.
Oh, like, I still say things.
I know. I mean, we definitely say things. Especially you. Like I gotta like freaking like definitely at work. I felt like there was times I had to like freaking filter you and you were the boss.
At work, that's facts. We were at work and like in the back room just talking all sorts of shit, and you'd be like poking your head out of the back room to make sure that there was no customers anywhere close because we were saying some outlandish shit.
Yes, the stuff we said. That damn, I don't even think we were repeated on this freaking thing. Some of the shit that we.
Well, no, we ain't gonna say that in a public forum. No.
But when we start our OnlyFans shit, you might get some of those little juicy little details or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's coming, bro.
Our world domination plan involving United Gangs. That's gonna be available on OnlyFans for sure.
Yep, and you guys want to hear that story. Oh man. Woo! We gotta be careful though. We can't tell them too much. Yeah. So we can't have anybody, steal.
That's right.
That stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll tell them the story while we're cooking a recipe, so it's like a cooking video. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's the way that OnlyFans wants to go now. Oh, we're
Don't forget,
doing
gotta wear
cooking
Speedos.
videos. Oh yeah, in a Speedo. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, not too explicit, but just explicit enough.
But explicit enough.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shave my legs for it, but you'll still see some cheeks. You know what I mean? Like a little of both.
Yep. I can see the people lining up already.
Most successful channel of all time.
Yep.
All right. One last thing I want to talk about before we end is there was a leak this yesterday, the day before maybe. JVK's dad's like, okay, I am late, but I'm finally here. What did I miss? You missed the whole episode. You're gonna have to go back and rewatch.
You're on the last segment now, brother.
But we did get a leak of or like a leak of the No Way Home trailer from Spider-Man. So it was a video of a phone playing a video. So I'm not exactly sure. It says Spider-Man trailer is coming tonight. No, it's not. Stop. Just stop it. Stop perpetuating the rumor that this trailer is coming out. It's not fucking coming. Okay, just chill.
It's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, bro. Oh yeah. If we say that every day,
eventually you'll be right.
Eventually it's gonna be right. Every week we're gonna end our podcast now with so this week, guess what? The No Way Home trailer is coming. And one of these weeks we'll be right, and then we'll be like, I fucking told you, son. I fucking told you, call me Nostradamus, son.
That's right. No doubt it's coming this week, bro.
But yeah, so anyways, allegedly it leaked. It does look somewhat legitimate, like the first part where Peter and Strange are talking, like that little bit, because it was new dialogue, and it that would be really hard to fake some of that. Tonight comes and goes. The Spider-Man trailer is coming tomorrow. every day. But then once like Peter goes into the multiverse or the Spider-Verse or whatever they want to call it, then it just gets really choppy and like hard to see what's happening, and it could be like spliced up different action shots that you don't know.
Right.
So, and then like some of it looked unfinished, like people standing in front of blue screens and green screens, and parts of it animated. Like it wasn't like actually a person anymore. It was an animated sequence going. So I don't know how much faith or stake I'm going to put into this leak. Right. And besides, I want to see a finished product anyway. I don't want to see this copy of a copy of a copy. But allegedly, if any of it is true, then we're going to be seeing Electro, Goblin, and Dr. Octopus. I don't know though. It's really hard to say anything about it because of how it looked.
You got to take all of that with a grain of salt, like he said. But the one thing that is interesting, the fact that Marvel went so hard at the leaker.
Yeah, Sony.
That you got to think that there's some smoke to that fire, because if it wasn't, all Marvel would really have to do is just be like, well, you know what, guys, it's fake. What you're seeing is not real, and just leave it at that.
If the No Way Home trailer I saw on Pornhub was real, there's a very odd threesome I didn't see coming.
Whoa!
Yo, someone else didn't see something coming too, if you know what I'm talking about. Whoa! Oh, Lord. Bro, if you get your trailer content from Pornhub, I got some news for you. A lot of that probably not real.
Pornhub is actually leaking the real stuff that we just don't even know about.
Something's leaking, all right.
Oh, my God.
We could do this all day if you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah, I could definitely do it all day. Anyway, you were saying, bro.
The leaker had a, oh my God, what did you have, a stroke? I'm trying to read this shit. I'm like, oh my God. The leaker had their watermark or something on the vid. Oh my God. I think I might have just died trying to read that shit. I don't know what.
They said, well, you had a stroke?
Yeah, fuck. I'm like, does anyone smell burnt toast right now? I'm like, oh my God. Yes, there was a watermark or some sort on the video. Yeah, so it was kind of strange. I don't know. Again, it was weird that Sony like acted so fast to remove it. But if I was a company, I'd want to act fast to remove anything that said it was a leak of a trailer too. So there's definitely both sides of that. even
I
if
mean,
you
I
could
suppose
say that it's fake.
If it's not real, like if any of it was real,
Yeah.
then yes, I would be like super trying to get that fucking down. But if it's like if that whole thing was completely fake, I would be fine with just saying that's not real.
Right.
The real one will be coming soon.
Right.
And then it would be, to me, something that simple would not gain any real story. But
Right.
once you just completely act to remove it, especially if the whole thing is fake, now you just type in Spider-Man No Way Home, you see nothing but people talking about the leak footage.
Yeah.
That's all you. Now you got a big giant story. Unless your game plan is to have people just continue to talking about the movie, which you don't need it. You can easily just drop some random thing on Twitter and you have that. So you didn't need this to have people talking about this movie and the trailer. So I don't know. That's just how I see it. But I get what you're saying too, though.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, especially with a character like Spider-Man, you're not going to need too much of a push for promotion to really. I mean, you just kind of really you could just upload the trailer or whatever on Sony's YouTube and not even fucking post it to any kind of social media, and like that, it's going to be seen by everyone within 4 or 5 hours. You know what I mean? So.
Bro, you can literally just put on Twitter if you're one of the big boys up there, Marvel, or even one of the actors, Tobey Maguire, and then say nothing else, and you'll have the whole internet broken talking about, oh my God, he's going to be in the movie 100% confirmed. And then later on, you can just be like, dude, I was just wishing them a happy day. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was just talking about Tobey Maguire. I don't know what the problem is.
Exactly, bro. Have you seen Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3? I really like 2.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Number 2 was dope, I will say. Dude, number 2, I don't know if we've talked about it on this podcast or anything, but number 2 still to this day has action sequences that are like unmatched by superhero movies.
It holds up very well.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care what. The new Avengers movie, Endgame, whatever. Like Spider-Man 2 with Dr. Octopus, fucking slayed it, dude. That shit was wild. And still,
it has so many iconic scenes. Like definitely when he's trying to hold the train together.
Oh yeah,
and they all pick him up, and they're like, "Look at him, he's just a kid." And they give him his mask. We're not going to tell anybody. Then Doc Ock comes in there. He's like, "Nope, what's up, homie?" Like all that stuff was just good, bro.
Yeah, dude, that movie was legit. Yeah. But yeah, so we had the leak of No Way Home, and whatever. We'll see how much it goes. One way or the other. Rob says Spider-Man 2.
You heard it from here first. This trailer drops this week.
Yeah, that's right. The real trailer is coming out this week.
Yep.
Wink. Rob says Spider-Man 2 is easily the best pre-MCU flick. I don't know, man. I don't know about the best, because Blade was pretty fucking.
Blade was really good. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think I would still maybe nod it to like Blade 2 is amazing.
Oh my God, it's so good. I might watch Blade tonight. I might watch Titans and then watch Blade.
Dude, I would watch a bunch of stuff tonight, but I gotta go to work at 2, so I'm not gonna do that.
Damn, 2 a.m.
But I would though.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap it up on that depressing note of Chris having to go into work at 2 a.m. We're gonna wrap it up. We appreciate you guys hanging with us. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. We're here every Monday at 7, just talking, shooting the shit, and talking about comic books, movies, anime, whatever pop culture thing is happening this week. We will see you next Monday at 7. As always, we ask you to stay villainous and
fuck the Fantastic Four.
And the No Way Home trailer is dropping.